Hello and namaste. You are welcome to your YouTube channel English at Dear Jindagi. Come and let's prepare for your uncertain future to shape it. This is the place to learn English. Today is the first day, so let's discuss about language. Language is an arbitrary, voluntary vocal system of human communication. Okay, first of all, we have to know here what do you mean by arbitrary? And what do you mean by voluntary? And what do you mean by vocal system of human communications? We have to explain it one by one, then we will know what the language is. And language, we have told that language is an arbitrary system. What is arbitrary? Arbitrary is something that is subjectively decided without any logical relation. Let's suppose we have a pen, right? And why we called pen to the real object pen? What is the relation with that object pen and with that pen? Is there any relation? And can't we tell to pen to stick? Can't we tell? Sorry, we can't, because first people has already named it as pen. But there is no any logical relation. Voluntary. And next one is voluntary. What is voluntary? Language is produced voluntary. Let's suppose if there is no our wish or desire to produce it, that cannot be language. Let's suppose you are sleeping and recently any sounds came out from your mouth, like snoring as well. People generally snores, right? After sleeping, these snoring were may any other things which we don't want to produce with our desire or will. These sounds can't be language. So to be a language, the words should be voluntary. Vocal. And what is vocal? Vocal that should be pronounced with our vocal organs. You know that vocal organs and system. And any language should follow system. Let's suppose if the language doesn't follow system, and that can't be a language. Let's suppose Ram goes to house. We tell Ram goes to house. Can we tell goes Ram to house? Sorry, we can't, because there is no proper arrangement of the word. So there should be proper arrangement. It means that should be under grammar. And human. And language is meant for human and not for other animals. Other animal doesn't have language, has only we human being have language. Communication, through which we should be able to exchange our words or views. If we couldn't exchange our words or our views or our emotions, our feelings, that can't be language. To be language, that should be communicative. I hope that you have understood. What is language? Language is an arbitrary arbitrary means that is why this is why. Let's suppose a mug is told mug. There is no any relation, that is called arbitrary. Language is an arbitrary and voluntary. Language is produced with our wish and vocal with the helps of vocal organs. And the system, language flow system, it is only for human. And so human use for and communications, that should be communicative. And how the language is originated, and there are several speculations. Nobody can tell that exactly language is pronounced like this, so many linguists have many speculations. Some of our heroes, divine source. Some linguistics believes that language come through divine source, and divine source, according to the Hinduism, generally people tell Saraswati create the language. Saraswati has created language. And another one, Sanskrit tradition generally told Shiva played his damaru, and with the sound of the damaru, languages originated. And according to the Christianity and Christian world, the first man, according to the Bible, the first man of the world, Adams, called whatever to the things, and later people followed that, and so there is language also, people believe that. And but this is not a perfect, and some of linguists tell that the language is originated through natural sound source, like imitation of natures. Let's suppose in natures we heard various sounds, right? And like blackbird generally, here is the blackbird generally sound were sung, generally blackbird sung as cuckoo, cuckoo, right? And generally we heard that cow where there's crow, caw, caw, like that. And these sounds come through imitations. Some believe like that, and some believe that language comes through natural crisis of emotions. It means, let's suppose, when we feel any pain, and how do we pronounce? Oh, yeah, ouch. What are these? These are the natural cries. And some linguistics mean that they some linguistics believes that by the effort of all humans, when human collect and they join for work, and what sounds produced these by these, like these all things goes here. And some of them believes that the oral gestures source and physical gesture develop as a language, and many more others as well. And generally in the world there are more than 6,000 languages in the world. Out of these, today we are going to learn about English language. Today is our first day, and we will continue our videos as possible. And Englishes, how many Englishes are in the world? English or there is English or Englishes? Oh, what a confusing term. English or Englishes? Oh, nowadays there are many Englishes due to various dialects. Um, and British, American, Australian, Canadian, Indian, and many more. Nowadays, there are varieties of the dialect of English, and so we have to tell there are many Englishes. And if there are many Englishes, which which English should we learn? We are in confusion. Either should we study British English, American English, Australian English, Canadian English, which English? Singapore English, Indian English. So we poor people are in very confusion. So, uh, okay, mm, I told that that is with various dialect. So there are varieties of language mm, due to this, and what is called dialect, and it is dialect is a varieties of language, varieties of same language, and these varieties are different on the basis of word, grammar, and pronunciation of the words, and may it be on the basis of geographical situations, or social classes, and many more. And if there are many languages, English languages, which English language should we learn? Which English language should we follow in our daily life, or any formal situations or informal situations? And generally, in formal situations, we have to follow British English in context of here's South Asia, and British English known as the formal English and academic English as well. And American English is known as the informal English. And you might thought that if British English is implemented in our country in a formal way, why should we learn American English? You might have thought that also, and you are right. Why should we learn American English? And the things is that nowadays uh, internet is a part of our life. In internet, most of the things written in English, American English rather than British one. So we need both English. And another things, you might have heard that there are varieties of English: Old English, Middle English, Modern English. Which English should we learn? You might have thought such as well. And just I am going to tell a brief things about these three types of English. Old English is the period of 55 BC to 1066 AD, and uh, that's very different than today's modern English. And at that time, just English was just going step upwards. It means at that time the English was infant, right? It was at her infancy stage. Mm. and and later, after angles and sections, learned Roman letters from Roman alphabet, from Roman people. English comes in practice in written form, and then Middle English letters, mm, and later Middle English, and there's Elizabethan age, neoclassical age, and many ages. It crossed many ages. It passed crossed many ages, and with various literary works, and so with this the combinations of all, today we are here learning modern English. So old English is very different than modern English, and middle English is also little different in many way than modern English. It is just a brief history. It is just we talked about language. From today, we will learn a language per day. From today, we will learn English step by step, and I will start with very basic things from alphabet. Please, so don't forget to subscribe our channel for new videos. If the video is useful for you, please don't forget to like and share the videos. Thank you. See you in next video.